I'm sure everyone remembers Paul Skenes. He was a fantastic pitcher for LSU. Well, he's cruising along in the 7th inning with a no-hitter. And nowadays, pitching is handled far differently. We saw that with Tony Vitello. My question for you, Caleb, you're cruising along in the 7th inning. You got a no-hitter going. Would Tony Vitello pull a player at that point? Because Tony Vitello wants to win, and he does play some analytics. Every good coach uses some analytics. Those that say they're not going to use it all are just ignorant. But Caleb, he also is a player's coach. So he would want that player to experience that. What do you think Tony Vitello would do in that situation?
I will say this. I can't know where he would go. I know this. Tony Vitello would think about the public reaction, though, and make a decision with regards to that, because Tony Vitello is a little bit of a Lane Kiffin. And so I'm thinking maybe
in a bad way. But you say that in a bad way.
I don't say that in a bad or good way. I say it just in an amusing way. I think Tony Vitello would go one of two ways. He would keep them in because he wants the no-hitter on the guy's resume, or he would pull them just to troll the fans in national media just for fun.
I think he does absolutely think how it's going to be perceived by the public. I'm not arguing with that, but I think you had to do that when you signed up to coach at Tennessee. Now, I don't think Lane Kiffin needed to call out Urban Meyer and call out all these different coaches on his first and only signing day at Tennessee, because Tennessee was already a solid program foundationally. They didn't need to do that. I could see I could see trying to get attention and doing that sort of thing, but not in this particular situation. I think Tony Vitello would stick by the kid and let him throw a no-no, especially because in college baseball, it's so much more rare. I mean, that would be phenomenal.
Yeah, I think he would do it too. But it would also depend on when this is happening, though. I mean, Dave, if we're talking the NCAA tournament super regionals, he may not do it, because in that moment you need that pitcher fresh for the College World Series. Or if it's a first game of a College World Series, I'm not so sure he does it. If it's a midweek game and, I almost said September, listen to me, in March, he might do it then. I could see him doing it at that point.
The other thing that I think so many people, and I've talked to a lot of people in the community about Tennessee's championship, one of the things that people really like about it is Tony Vitello kind of did it his way. Would you agree that East Tennessee is kind of a do-it-your-way sort of thing? I mean, we're a little obstinate. We don't like to be told how to do it. Well, coming out of the chute, when he started throwing out of the bullpen in the first 2 innings, I was like, this is insane. But finally, I watched it long enough. I understood it, and he was right, and he won a championship doing it. So I think there are a lot of people that like the fact that he's doing it his way as well and has won a championship doing so.
No, not Greg McElroy, because, jumping in and celebrating with the fans is so unbecoming of a head coach. Yes.
It's awful. The Hemp House, the premier hemp dispensary with a wide variety, great selection, and strict standards to ensure you only receive the best in CBD or Delta products. Hemp House Chat with 2Ts.com. Hemp House Chat with 2Ts.com. Use the promo code HOOKED for 10% off. Promo code HOOKED for 10% off. Also want to remind you that you can join Hooker's Corner. You can be a John. That's very easy to do. All you have to do is, how about this? I got what's a QR code right there. You scan on that thing, and just for $9.98, you are a John, and you're eligible for fantastic monthly prizes. Didn't have somebody claim a prize, so we're looking like the John Anderson autographed mini helmet is going to be our prize this year. By the way, Trevor, you won earlier for answering my pseudo trivia question. So email me at david@thehooksports.com, and we'll take care of you with a book or a shirt. You can decide upon that. And also, just by being subscribed, you'll be entered in our great Garmin Challenge, brought to you by Rick Terry of Rick Terry Jewelry Design. Check him out. They have the Fire Opals, fantastic, affordable game day apparel that you will love.